Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. um, Happy New Year! This is the first vlog in the new year. I know it's coming in a little late. It's the 5th, but it's. I know that I say this every single time, but it's been a long few days. Um, Thank you. Sorry if you couldn't hear that. That was my um, security system blocking a malicious link, and they felt the need to inform me. Thank you so much. It's been a long few days. Let me. Where is the last video? Wow, it's almost been 7 days since my last vlog. Sorry about like I said, the infrequency of the vlogs. Just the amount of work is kind of crazy. I'm working 9 to 9:30 tomorrow, so 12 and a half hours. Not looking forward to that at all. um, but it was a busy weekend. I exchanged gifts with my uncle. Um, we went up to his place, me and my girlfriend, and had fun up there. Had dinner, or no, lunch, and then back to work Sunday. So I worked all week, and then till Saturday, and then had Saturday off. Spent it with my girlfriend, and then went back to work Sunday. It's been a long vacation so far. But I will be taking that weekend off very shortly. And I don't know if you can. I am covered right now in ski wax from work. So, and what I'm having tonight is, I think it's a Padron 4000, 3000. It's one of the 1000 series. I haven't had one of these in a while, and I quite enjoy them. So, yeah, it's been just busy. I'm hoping to start getting back to filming this week, and now that all the festivities is over, then New Year's is over. The only thing I did for New Year's was sat inside and smoked a cigar. I smoked a cigar with my girlfriend. We smoked a Rocky Patel vintage 1992, which is another one of my favorites. And in the process, I've gotten some of my rackets ready to shoot for Tennis Obsessed. I actually decided not to do the regripping of this one for Tennis Obsessed because I needed to put the grip on today after I finished working on it. But this will be the racket that I show for putting on the lead tape. So I already put the lead tape on because it would have been kind of a pain in the neck in the video, but I'll show you some of the lead tape now. You can see it right there. The strip right there, that's some of it. And I got some on the inside right there. And I got a ton underneath the handle right here. So you can see that kind of bulge right there. That is a bunch right there. And I got a bunch right in the very end of the grip. So, yeah. And I kind of like the feel of actually having this big bulge of lead tape underneath the grip, just because it does actually it forms like an almost contoured grip, because that's kind of where I put my finger right there when I'm swinging anyway. So it kind of feels good. So, but I ended up adding about 25 grams. About 25 grams of lead tape to the racket. Actually, I think, no, 20. See, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 12, 24. Yeah, I ended up adding 25 grams of lead tape to this racket. So, yeah, it's now quite up there in half. This now weighs about 330 grams, 335 grams. So I'm quite happy with the weight and how heavy it feels now. So I'm quite happy with this racket. I have to do I'm going to be restringing this racket for Tennis Obsessed though, so as well. So I'm going to get that done shortly, because I do want to get this out onto the court to play with it. Because I do want to see how the lead tape has affected this racket. Now, like I said before, that it had a problem with stability, in that it's when you would hit hit the shot, it would kind of wobble in your hand, and the lead tape would, just putting a little bit of lead tape on the sides would help that. I put 4 grams on each side, so that's definitely going to help that. Especially, also I added a half gram on each side at the 11 and 2 o'clock positions, or no, 10 and 2 positions as well on the racket, and then I added another 4 grams at the very tip, just to give it some added power. And then I balanced it out with putting all the lead tape under the grip too, so it has about the same balance point. So it has the same balance point, but it's now just very, very heavy, or it feels heavy, which is kind of right where I like it. So I'm quite happy with that. This racket too. I didn't put any underneath the grip, because I also like this racket. Like, I like different rackets and different points of balance and different swing weights. Well, I like different points of balance. I like the same swing weight. I don't mind the balance points being different so much. As long as, so the balance point only matters to me when it's actually my match racket, because then I do like a headlight, like a 9 points headlight balance. But if I'm just fooling around with it, then this is something that I really do like the balance point of. And so I put some lead tape just in the throat right here. You can see it right here. I got 4 grams of lead tape right in the throat of the racket. And then I got another 1, 2, 3, 4.5 grams in the hoop, surrounding the entire hoop. I got 4 in each corner, plus another half gram right here. And then, and a half gram on each side. A quarter gram on each side. I got a quarter gram here, a quarter gram here, 1 gram, 1 gram, 1 gram, 1 gram, and then another quarter gram right there. So, Yeah, it's added a good amount of heft to this racket. It's got a good amount of swing weight now, so it's right usually where I like the rackets to be. So this is another one that I'm looking to get out there and try out again with the new lead tape. And that's really all I've been up to lately, is getting ready to film for those. I really do want to get out there and try them out. I did throw a leather grip on the Yonex racket because I do like leather grips, and I will use the head racket to show you how to regrip, and I'll be putting a leather grip on that as well. And trying to think if that's it. I will show you guys my new contacts eventually when I'm not filming this lug at midnight. Good news is though, I paid for all the ski tickets to go skiing in 10 days. I'm going skiing in 10 days. So yeah, I got all that paid for. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, it's gonna be a very, very fun trip, and I'm eyeing that one trail that I usually love to do up there. It's over. It's definitely overhyped, but it's definitely one of my favorites anyway, because it is basically, yeah. You can actually look up the trail name. It's called White Heat, and it's at Sunday River. So you can actually look it up on YouTube and see people do it. But I will be going down that with my GoPro as well, and a few of the other Sunday River trails. But yeah, I gotta tune my skis up. Gotta get them all tuned up before we go. Uh, just because that mountain has taken out more people than I've. A lot of people that I know have been taken out by that mountain. So, yeah, my aunt blew out her knee on that mountain. My uncle dislocated his shoulder. My uncle's friend broke his shoulder. Another person broke their knee. Yeah, this mountain is a tough mountain. So, but I'm looking forward to getting out there and doing it. Um, my girlfriend will be coming along with us. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And yeah. So other than that, let me get to reading your comments. So Rory left a comment on my last video saying, well, I just now finished watching this. I was very happy to see it. Of course, you know me. When I don't see a vlog from you for a few days, I start to get my usual anxiety attacks and worry. Funny, no one else I follow merits such concern. I wonder why. Thank you so much, Rory. My Christmas was alright, but I'm glad it's over for another year. I was given many fine things, but I'm glad the holidays gave you some time to enjoy yourself with family and your new person in your life. And she is lucky to have found you as you are her. No, trust me, I am much more lucky. I am much more lucky. It's rare to find because you possess so many fine qualities, and I think that's what attracts me to you as a person. Thank you so much. I am really not that great. Listen to me rant after work. I swear to God, you're gonna see on the news someday. Man kills coworkers with chili pot, and you'll know that that's me. Because if they still don't have not seemed to learn they don't seem to have learned how to clean out a chili pot yet. So yeah, you might see that on the news soon. It's very to find someone who shares as many things about a person as she does with you. So I think you make a good match. I'm looking forward to being introduced to her in the very near future, and that a long and good future awaits you. Thank you so much. I'm hoping to get her on the vlog. She's incredibly camera shy though, so I don't know if that'll happen anytime soon. But oh, and cigar hangouts. I do want to do a cigar hangout before I go away on this trip. So let me poke my head in on my calendar. This weekend. I know I'm kind of setting it far in advance, but my goal is to do a cigar hangout on the 23rd. The 23rd of January. That is my set hangout. I'm giving you guys going to give you plenty of advance warning. The 23rd of January, I am doing a cigar hangout. I will do it for as long as you guys want, and I'll start whenever you guys want because I am free all Saturday. So, yeah, we'll do it right then and there, and yeah. So, actually, let's start. Let's say 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is a good time. So let's say 8 o'clock p.m. on Saturday, January 23rd. And now, having said that, onto the vlog. I don't know how you even find time to do all the videos and vlogs you do with a work schedule like yours. Stringing rackets, building bikes, working at a gas station, tutoring, tennis lessons. And I think you need less time on YouTube and more time for Wyatt and your girlfriend. And I'm sure that you will be making plenty of time for her as well. But just don't forget about those of us out here, because we like you too. Okay, they may like you. I love you. Thank you so much, Rory. I am trying. It's it's today was a good day at work. In that there was two techs in tonight, me and the senior tech, who is a really good guy, and so it was an easier night on me. Uh, and plus I only worked 5 hours, which is not so bad. Tomorrow, different story, 9 to 9:30. Yeah. And I'll be probably doing 9 to 9:30s the rest of the week. So I might as well just sleep there. But yeah. Um but yeah, just the work schedule is just killing me. Um but yeah, if I tried to film some of these vlogs after work, I'd be falling asleep midway through the vlog. You just, oh wait, I'm filming a vlog. Can't fall asleep just yet. Um, and I'm changing it up a little bit with the Epic Math Science videos. I've decided to um, film them standing up. I know, big change, but I feel like that will allow me to have a lot more energy and be a little bit more animated for the videos. So I think that'll boost some of the quality up a little bit. So I'm going to try that out for a few of the videos. I'm actually going to film two of them, or as many as I can this month, because I just have to film really just the scientific portion, and I can worry about the stunt portion, because the stunt portion, while it takes more that day to film it. It is done in one take because often my stunts cannot be repeated the second time because I don't plan to be repeating them, and some of them I don't want to repeat twice. Especially the one where I got set on fire, which you will see. My guess is in March because I will release one in February and I'll release one in March. So my guess is probably in March you'll see that one. And yeah, when I got set on fire, when I was put out afterwards, and you may see a concerning thing in the video. We didn't use a fire extinguisher when I was set on fire. There's a few reasons why we did that. One, because in our small scale testing, I determined, because I did all the small scale myself, that if you stay soaked in cold water, you won't burn. So, basically, as long as I stayed dunked underwater, or just like as long as I was constantly dunked in the water, I wouldn't be burned at all, even if I was on fire, as long as I don't inhale any of the flames. And also the chemical in the fire extinguishers, that is a chemical fire extinguisher, and even a CO2 fire extinguisher, getting that in my eyes, if I was sprayed in the face with it to put me out, might not be a good idea. So, combining those two aspects, I find from the small scale test, from the small scale testing and whatnot, we determined that it's as long as those two things were relatively in place, we should be fine. Also, not only that, but since we didn't plan on using the fire extinguisher to put me out, since of the dangers that we saw due to putting myself out with a fire extinguisher, getting CO2 in your eyes would be a very, very bad thing. And whatever they use in the chemical fire extinguishers, probably another very, very bad thing to get in your eyes. That we actually forgot to bring it out, in all honesty as well. So on top of those three things, that's why you don't see a fire extinguisher in that video. But yeah, long story short, there's some things that I walk away from and I go, I don't care if we got the shot or not. I'm not doing that again. No thanks. Been there, done that, crossed that bridge. I don't need to do it again. To give you an idea on how engulfed I was in flames, you couldn't even make out my outline of me underneath the flame. I was a pillar of fire. Because there was not a soak in gasoline, it was a dump a bucket of gasoline. So, yeah. But yeah, hopefully I'll be filming those very, very soon. Probably this week is my best guess. So you are a band of atheists, huh? All of you? That is hilarious. And you know what else is hilarious? I watched a few videos from the channel Uh-Oh Bro. Yeah, I've heard of them. Or him. And it's some gut-busting videos on religion, one of which I share in Sentio, which I hope you got and find time to see. Yeah, I thought it was very, very funny. And, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's, I don't agree with him 100% of the time, but usually I find that it's more beneficial to find stuff that you agree on and find common ground and kind of I mean, speak up about your disagreements with people, but also uh, when you're on the same side of a debate, it's best not to ostracize your allies. So, just some piece of advice for any of the younger viewers out there. You may not like him, but you may not like who you're partnered with, but if you're on the same side, don't ostracize your allies, no matter how much you may hate them. Want to get left? Watch them. Oh wait, I skipped a line. Among some of the subjects of religion was a Catholic fail. I watched these videos over and over again. Want to get laugh? Watch them. I also find I keep hearing from people the very same things I am thinking, which only continues to confirm that so many of us are thinking the same thing. One guy is wearing a T-shirt that says "I'm an atheist, debate me." You have a shirt that says "I'm an atheist, therefore I think." Did I get that right? No, my shirt says "I think, therefore I'm atheist." Um, you do you do speed when you ski. Golly, isn't that dangerous? Um, yes. um, I'm, but I've been, like I said, I've been skiing for a while, and everybody has their one accident skiing, and because there's stages to skiers, or to people in any sport or any activity. You start off, you know your shit at it, and you know that you take it slow, you go easy. But then when you had some experience, then you think you're the shit and you can do anything. And you continue with that attitude until eventually you get your ass kicked. That happened to me in skiing. That happens to everybody. So that happened about 2 years through 3 years into skiing. I had a pretty good wipeout. I didn't break anything, but my knee was twisted one way. My skis, my poles were everywhere. I lost basically every article of clothing I owned tumbling down the mountain. I lost my gloves, my hat, my goggles, my skis, my poles. Snow everywhere and in everywhere. It was bad. I went and I skied. Usually what happens when a skier hits this point is they think they're the shit and they can go as fast as they want down any slope, no matter what the conditions are, and they have no idea on what the concept of being in control actually means. Now, I hit that point and I went careening into a barrier. I straddled a pole, did a front flip over it, tumbled, lost my skis. Like I said, lost my skis, lost my poles, lost my gloves, hat, goggles, everything. Tumbled down the mountain. My knees twisted one way. Had my bell rung a little bit. And that kind of took the I'm gonna go nuts down the mountain kind of out of me at that point. So when I ski fast, it's not without caution. In that there's usually nobody around when I ski that fast, and it's not on populated trails, and it's usually wide open groomed trails that I do that and it's not usually one. And I know what it means to not. I'm aware of what it actually takes to stop at that speed. Um, like when you, like I said, when I was young and dumb and was doing all that stuff when I was only 3 years into skiing, I didn't realize how much of a delay or how much you slide to a stop when you do ski when you go that fast. And I was not going nearly as fast as I do now, but I was going fast for 12, 13. um, so, yeah. Now I'm fully aware of what it's going to take and how much effort it takes to stop on a dime at that speed. And I also learned to anticipate. Um, the problem is when you're young and you ski that fast is you're not as aware. It's sort of like with driving. Like a new driver is not going to know to look like 5 cars ahead to anticipate when people are going to hit their brakes. Like they only look at the car right in front of them and only react based on that car. Whereas more experienced drivers know to look like 5, 6 cars ahead and know to react actually based on the car 5 or 6 cars ahead because of the trickle down effect. So that way you can actually go faster and be a little bit more safe and also anticipate other things factoring into that. So that's sort of like with skiing, like I can like anticipate like what this guy's doing, what that guy's doing, you know, where this is, what kind of terrain I'm on. Am I gonna be in a rough patch? Is it gonna be icy? Is it gonna be spotty in terms of powder distribution? Like, am I gonna be going from like some very small? Am I gonna hit a very small patch of powder? It's gonna really slow me down. That's gonna really kind of throw me off my game. I've kind of learned to anticipate that, and therefore not kind of minimize my risk in that regard going that fast. And being aware of all these things and being aware that uh, of all of the conditions has allowed me to basically adjust how aggressively I'm skiing accordingly. So, could I say that I could always ski 70 miles an hour down any slope, down any trail? No. It just happens that that particular trail was well groomed, well taken care of. It was nobody was on it. It was well lit. It was um, so it was yeah. So it just happened that all those kind of combined together to allow me to travel so fast, and it was wide enough too. So now if I'm trying to snake down, like if I'm going down a glade that has, I mean, a glade is tree skiing, and the gaps between trees are maybe 3, 4 feet. Um, I'm not rocketing down that at 70 miles an hour. No way. I am going. I'm going a lot slower than that. But yeah, so it's all kind of combined factors that, like I said, it's like the difference between a new driver and a driver that's been driving for a good amount. It's like me driving versus my sister driving. Um, she doesn't realize, oh, if I stop at the end of the street and there's ice, I may slide. It's just there's factors that newer drivers don't think about, just like there's factors that more experienced skiers think about that newer skiers don't, that allow more experienced skiers to ski faster and still be safe versus young, newer skiers skiing fast and being reckless. So there's things like that you got to consider. Not to say that you never screw up. You can always catch an edge or something in the snow. Like if you hit a patch of powder wrong in a turn, you can always go down. It's not to say that I don't wipe out, but when I do wipe out, it's nowhere near as catastrophic. So half the time when I fall, it's usually at the very end of the run when I'm stopped. I will. There's been many times where I'm just standing there, and I will be shifting my weight a little bit. I'll shift it too much, and I'll fall over. I've done that before, many a times, and people have laughed hysterically at me. But yeah, it's not to say that you don't make mistakes. It's just that the mistakes you make are often less catastrophic and less so it's just gaining experience. That's what kind of helps you be safe when you're doing that. Do you ski faster than a car driving on a highway? Yep, I can. I've not all cars, but if I wanted to, I bet I could definitely clock up 70, 60, 70 down the ski slope. With the right conditions, obviously. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I'm not going to do that on a 15-foot wide trail. No, if this trail better be like freaking highway. Like, some of the trails are like a freaking highway. They're big. And those trails, if there's nobody on it, and it's groomed, and there's no big elevation changes, like, sometimes there'll be like a pitch like that, go right into like a pitch like that, so it'll be like a quick jump like that, which quick elevation changes, you can't really do that. But if it's a nice gentle elevation change, then yeah. So yeah, right trail, yeah, I can do 70. I can do 60, 70, somewhere around there. I hope that if Shelly, is that what you called her? Yes. Spelled with an S though. To be able to go with you on the ski trip, you can teach her the basics so she can learn and know enough to get the hang of it and enjoy it too. Yeah, I'm definitely hoping to teach her how to ski. She's not going to be skiing on the trip with us, but I'm hoping to teach her how to ski on my own afterwards, just so that way in future trips she can join us skiing. But she will be coming along. There's plenty of activities actually at the hotel that she's actually looking forward to. They have a free spa there, so and it's free for people in the who check into the hotel and use the hotel sub. It sounds like she had kind of a poor experience with the cigar. Hoping she can get over that. She did. And not put her off to cigars so she can smoke with you again on occasion. She does. Smoking a cigarette premium would take some getting used to if you've not had them too often or at all. It really all depends on the strength. Like I said, as long as the nicotine content is low, then anybody can smoke a premium. But you get somebody who's never smoked before, and you give them a full strength cigar. Not full body. Full body cigars will be fine with a new smoker. But like I said, body, for people who don't know, body refers to the body of a cigar refers to the intensity of the flavor. So there's a full body cigar, which means full, intense flavors. There's also medium body and mild body cigars. Um, that just refers to the flavors. So you can give a beginner a full body cigar. They'll probably actually love it because the more milder you get, the harder it is to actually pick up the flavors. Now, strength refers to how much nicotine's in them. You give a beginner a full strength cigar, you're asking for trouble. So, and my problem is, I'm one of those people that, not only because I've been smoking, I've only been smoking about 3 years now. But I'm one of those people who also can basically whatever dose of any drug, well, not any drug, but like prescription drugs usually I do, or not prescription drugs, over-the-counter drugs usually, they say take 2, I take 4. If they say take 1, I basically whatever it is, I take it and double it. And that's been kind of just how I've always been. I've always had a high tolerance to basically everything, or at least everything I've tried. Now, do I get? Now, saying that, I don't want you guys to get the idea that like, oh, I'm always gonna assume that I have a high tolerance for everything. I don't, but I don't assume that. But in my experience so far, that's kind of how it's been. Now, problem with that is, I typically forget that most people can't do that. Especially being smoking for 3 years, being quite used to the nicotine content. Now, I never had a problem with nicotine ever. The most I've gotten is a slight buzz, no matter what cigar I've smoked, and now I don't even get any buzz off of basically any cigar. And I forget that. So, unfortunately, because of that, I gave her kind of a very high, or a pretty good high strength cigar, and not my best plan, not my best idea. So, but I made sure I did not make that mistake a second time. That is why I believe starting a small, like as in a cigarillo style cigar, like Swishers and Black and Milds, and if you can get a pack of the Swisher Sweets, perfect those, and be willing to try them in your vlog, it would be nice. That would be nice to see too. Yeah, if I can get my hands on them, I'll definitely. Thank you for the another notification. Our laptop makes all sorts of bells and whistles and noises. But yeah, definitely if I come across them, yeah, I'll pick them up. But I kind of agree with you, and I kind of disagree with you there because choosing local cigarillos are dangerous, and because it's very easy to mix them up with basically gas station garbage. I see a lot of people who try, Dutch Masters or Game cigarillos or Game cigars or Dutch Master cigars or things like that, or Backwoods, as their first cigar. And that's dangerous because that could really put them off, because those, at least in my experience, are not an enjoyable smoke. In fact, the only cigars I've ever gotten kind of sick off of are actually the game cigars. Mostly because not the strength got to me, but just it was kind of just like an ashtray, bland kind of taste that kind of just didn't sit right with me. Last time I tried a game, which is why I won't try one again, because just that taste was not worth it. Those sticks are the kind of joke sticks that you give to people as a gag before you actually give them the real one. I did that to my cousin. I gave him a game cigar. It's like, hey, try this. He smoked it. He's like, Dad, I'm not really getting a lot out of this. It's kind of tastes like crap. I'm like, I know. I did that on purpose. Here's the actual cigar. Put that down. Throw that away. Here's the actual cigar. Smoke that. But yeah, it's not. I mean, Swisher Sweets and Black and Miles are usually the safe bet to try if you're gonna try a cigarillo. I definitely say stick with the Black and Miles and Swisher Sweets. But like I said, just saying any cigarillo, or it can lead to them just assuming that going to a gas station and getting the cigarillos from there is a good alternative, and it's definitely not. Now, some cigarillos are actually good. Like I do believe Cohiba makes a cigarillo, and I tried them. They were pretty good. Or Romeo and Juliet make them. There's a few companies that actually make good cigarillos, but recommending just saying any cigarillo to start off with is could put some people off smoking if they choose the wrong one. That sucks. Your schedule work both your birthday and your girlfriend's, as I'm sure you would do much rather. You'd much rather be together on those days. Could you request that day off? I'm wanting to do something special for you on your birthday. I'm sure that my other computer will be ready by then. It has a special effect program that allows me to create cool videos, but I may have to settle for using this one here if I do something. Either way, keep your eyes open for it. Thank you so much. You don't have to do anything for my birthday. It's what I plan to do for my birthday and her birthday is just basically her birthday is one day before mine. So my whole plan is to just go into work really early on her birthday so I can get out early. And then same thing on my birthday, go into work really early, get out really early, so that way I have most of the day. The only reason why I'm working so much right now with Sports Authority is to have money for the trip. Now, for those of you who know pay schedules, is most of the time they don't pay you for the week right before you get your paycheck. They pay you for the week before that week. So the week of my birthday, it won't matter how much I work because I won't get any payment for that week before the trip. So I just plan on working regular 5 hours a day, 5 days, or 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. So it's not going to be insane. Instead of 12 hours a day, 4 days a week, and yeah, things that I'm doing, which is basically work as much as I can. And oh yeah, I should probably tell a story about the. At the end of this, I will tell you that story. As for my favorite cigar of 2015, nothing really stands out to me since I don't really do too many apart from my favorite Romeos and that Chillin' Moose, which I did for the cigar hangout, was not the best, as I said. But you, on the other hand, smoke more of a variety than I do, so I'm eager to hear what your favorite of the year was. But as we near the end of another year, thank you for making mine a little bit better. uh, Thank you so much. I'm really just sitting here. This isn't even an HD. Like it's me sitting in my computer chair. Um, because finding your channels and enjoying them as I have, have made YouTube a much more enjoyable experience. Even though this is one of the social media networks that has a way of rubbing me raw so much of the time, but at least you are happy doing the YouTube thing. I know I say it a lot, but you are why I come on, and you are a very special person to me. Thank you so much, and I love all you guys out there who have continued to watch me throughout the year. I do apologize, like I said, for the erratic upload schedule. That is one of my New Year's resolutions, is starting in February, because I will film all of January. Um, Starting in February to be more consistent with my uploads. To maintain a somewhat consistent schedule. That is one of my goals of this year. And I only wish for the best of you. And I wish only the best for you now and in the new year ahead. So with that, peace, joy, and happiness to you and those dear to you, your friend Rory. Thank you so much, Rory, and I hope you guys had a good New Year. Let me know what you guys did for the New Year. Like I said, I just stayed in and had a cigar with my girlfriend. And then Mark left a comment saying, "Hi, Wyatt, good to see you. Thanks for the new vlog. I was hoping that you'd upload before the new year, but with all the busyness of the holidays, I didn't know if you would be taking time off from your vlogging to recharge your batteries and spend a little extra time with your girlfriend. Shelly, did you say? Yes, spelled with an S. She sounds like a very worthwhile person, and no doubt someone with whom you can get along with. Well, with sharing so much in common, which is great to have in a mate, partner, friend, whatever you consider yourselves a couple. My holiday was pretty good. Spent Christmas Day with family and Christmas Eve with friends. No spiked up eggnog for us. We like ours straight. I've actually, believe it or not, never had eggnog, so um, my girlfriend Shelly gives me a lot of crap for that. That I've never had that before, but never got around it. One of those things I've just never gotten around to trying. Will eventually, though. I am happy you got a moment to see the little video greeting I made for you. It wasn't very long, but of the few I do, will probably be very short, and I can't promise how many I will actually make and post. But the guy in the video with me, Brandon, my roommate, is both a cameraman and director, cueing me with when the camera is rolling. And we did get a chance to smoke cigars over Christmas. Brandon does like cigars. In fact, he's one of the friends who encouraged me to give them a try. And while I don't smoke them a lot, I do like smoking them with him. Brandon likes all kinds of cigars, He smokes both the cigarillos and the premiums, most cigarillos, because they're what his friends smoke around him and got him hooked on. But then he stepped up his game and gave the big boys a try and found that he did like a few of them. Will he ever smoke in a video? Hard to say. He tends to be just as video shy as I am. It can be tough getting behind the camera for your first few videos, and still proceeds to uh, be somewhat tough when you're doing it. But especially if you have a script of some sort, good luck. That's why I kind of like these vlogs. They're unscripted. I don't plan them, and I don't often do any retakes unless I screw up within like the first 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, if I screw up, I screw up. And that's why he prefers being on the other side of the camera. You are certainly a man of many talents and jobs, stringing arachnids, assembling bikes for kids, all while working at the gas station. So many jobs, so many paychecks. Yeah, I wish so many paychecks. So tennis is pretty much a year-round sport, outdoors in nice weather, indoors when it gets bad. Hope you can get your camera in a good place for some good videos of you playing. As it sounds like a challenge for an indoor court, good luck with that. I really hope to see some of you going at it and showing off your skills, and the skiing too. I don't know how easy that would be to film racing down a hill going at lightning speed. Trying to tape something like that would have to be hard. Maybe if your girlfriend goes with you on the trip and she's never skied before, I'm sure a man of your knowledge and tutoring ability will have no problem showing her the basics. Sort of. The last person I taught how to ski, it's sort of like coaching tennis. There's a beginner way to bring a person up, and then there's kind of the way that I was taught and kind of the way I feel is best to teach, which is, it's like, yeah, here's the technically correct way to do everything as a beginner, but here is the actual way you do it in the real world. This is how you actually do it. And I find that sometimes that is missed a lot. Like, it's great if you first learn how to stop like a pizza, and then that's the way to stop, and you should try doing that. That stopping like that only works when you're going all of like 10 miles an hour. After that, you better learn how to hockey stop with the skis. And that's kind of when I helped teach my friend how to ski. That is what we taught him how to do. Is like learn to hockey stop. That'll work no matter what speed you're going. And only use that pizza stop that they showed you. Like, you took like 2 lessons. Only use that pizza stop they taught you when you're pulling up to the chairlift, because that's the only time it's good. And if you're turning, don't think that just twisting your skis a certain way will help you turn. You need to dig your edges in to turn more aggressively. Things that they forget to teach you. Well, they don't forget to teach you, but they just assume that that you don't need to know those yet. Whereas I think it's best to teach you how things are actually done. And I think that's a more expedient process. Maybe you'll get better quicker, and I think that that's kind of a better way of doing it. But that's just my opinion. That's the way I was taught with tennis. You know, you can start out with the beginner grip and learn it like kind of like that. But the way when I started working with my private coach, he basically had me jump right to the here's how you actually hit, and you better learn it this way, because this is how everybody else except beginners plays. So he kind of started me off right. It's kind of like throwing somebody right into the deep end and teaching them how to swim right there. It's like you better learn to swim. I'll teach you how to swim, but you better learn fast because you'll start drowning soon. So that's kind of my method of teaching. So, but I'll probably the way I'll probably film that is I do have a GoPro that I can stick on my head when I ski, so I'll probably do that. And if I heard you correctly, I'm skipping around here, but your girlfriend had a not so pleasant experience with her second cigar. I hope that won't put her off of them because I'd love to see you two together in a vlog sometime, smoking cigars and sharing your thoughts about them. Yeah, definitely. I definitely would like to get her on the vlog eventually. She is camera shy, so I don't know if that will happen, but you said that there were no cigar bars and lounges in your area. I'm sure they have them in your city, whereas you live more outside the city, don't you? Is it so they have them like 3 towns over, um, but I've just never really cared to go into one, mostly because the cigars there are usually overpriced, and usually I like to just smoke at home because I can. So yeah, it's just kind of more of a convenience thing and more of a relaxing thing to just stay at home and relax with a cigar than it is to go out. So is it a rural area? Is it rural and is it a different name or is it all Boston? It's a different name, but it is not rural by any means. It's a typical suburb, like so you're in like it would be like a Holiday, Florida. Like it's a suburb of Tampa, but it's a city, but it's not like it's a small city. It's like 3,800 people live here, so it's nowhere near as big, but it's definitely not rural. But if you can imagine like a typical middle class suburb, then you've probably got a general idea of the city that I live. So, oh, and I'm glad that you were satisfied with the results of your exams. The chemistry one did not go as well, but it's still a passing grade. Yep, I passed all my classes, and after this semester, I am. You know what? I passed. Like that's. I mean, I wish I had done better, but next semester I don't plan on working as much, so I do anticipate better grades. I guess that covers the gist of what you want to cover, of what I wanted to cover. I didn't take notes on this time, which I usually do. I got that good idea from Rory. But to the question of the vlog, what cigar was my favorite of 2015? Most of the cigars I smoke are usually about the same, so I don't experiment with too many different ones outside of the ones that I know and like. The CAO America, which I did have, was pretty good, so I guess I would have to say for a different one, that would be it. Well, I would be totally remiss if I didn't express a word of thanks to Rory for putting me onto your channels, and to you for being someone I look forward to coming on here at YouTube to watch. Thank you, Rory, for being such a important part of my day when you post, and for all the good and interesting things you share. Cheers to wishing you and your family and the newest person, Shelly, in your life a great and happy 2016. Thank you so much, Mark, and I thank you guys all for watching me. It's been about 6 months, and I couldn't be more happy with with you guys, and I thank you guys so much for watching me, and it's I'm looking forward to a great 2016 with you guys, and I hope you guys stay watching through 2016, through all of 2016. So, thank you guys so much. And so to answer the last question of the last question of the vlog, my favorite cigar of 2016, and this may come as a surprise to you because it's not the cigar that you're thinking, but it was hard to decide. Almost to the point where I want to cheat and say 2 cigars. But since I don't want to cop out, and I can only name one, my favorite cigar of 2016 has to be the New World in Natural, in the Toro size, so which they call Governator. So the New World Governator in Natural was my favorite cigar of 2015. And the cigar that came in a very close second was the Blanco 9 and Lancero, but yeah, it was close, but the Governator just barely beat the Lancero out. So yeah, that was my favorite cigar of 2016. And now onto the question of this vlog. And this is not cigar related, but what, if any, New Year's resolutions did you make? And more importantly, how do you plan on keeping them? So, because we often make resolutions that, we say, but we have no idea how to physically keep them. So, what New Year's resolutions did you make, and how do you plan on keeping them? I'll be looking forward to your answers in the next vlog. So, I will see you guys next time. Bye.